Fellas, listen to me. You have to learn how to communicate. Communication, how to have a conversation. That's what I'm talking about. When I say communicate, I mean understand how to have a conversation. Communication can be a couple of texts. It could be a couple of lines. You're communicating with somebody. That's not a conversation. You got to learn how to have a conversation. You got to shoot your shot. Women are waiting for you to shoot your shot. Okay, I could do another whole video on that whole subject as far as like not being shy and knowing how to approach women. You got to get out there. You have to be able to approach a woman and have a conversation. They're waiting to be approached. Believe me. Don't get fooled thinking that no one wants you to approach them and all women are evil and they're not looking for anything. Even if they have a look on their face that suggests possibly they don't want to be bothered. You have to learn how to read that. That's another part of training we can get into in another video. But for now, just assume that women want to be spoken to. Or at least if you're in a situation, you are in an environment where you can speak to a woman, you got to learn how to have a conversation. What do I mean by that? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Conversation is not the same thing as a line. Learning a few lines and how to step up to a woman with a line or some approach, some opening statement is not being able to have a conversation. Conversation is an engagement between two people, right? It's a meeting of the minds of some sort. It's some sort of exchange of ideas and thoughts. Flirtation, reading somebody, listening to somebody. Conversation is listening. It should mostly be listening. It's really what it should be. You can't just wait for something to say or wait for them to finish talking so you can say something. You shouldn't have a predetermined list of things that you want to talk about or things that you have to get off your chest or things that you want to talk about. You know, an agenda of sorts. Well, I need to make sure I say this. I need to make sure I say that. Well, you can't do that. You have to keep it real. As in acting classes, especially like in Meisner technique, you learn to listen to the other person and you can't really react until you've listened to them, and action is reaction. Okay. In conversation with a woman, you need to learn how to keep a conversation going. This, my friend, is what will endear you to somebody. This will make somebody interested in you, is being able to keep up a conversation. Sometimes right away in the beginning, they don't want to talk. But if you can get a conversation going, if you can keep a conversation going, if you can get a woman to laugh a little bit, there's a big difference. Now, communication has taken the back seat to shorthand, text messaging, online dating, very quick lines on our bio suggesting this and that about ourselves. People talking with each other. This generation of texting each other, WYD and shorthand text and all that stuff. That has its uses in certain cases, but it is a very limited amount of cases, especially if you're over 30 years old. You should know how to have totally write full sentences, even if it's in a text and an email. But you certainly should be able to have a full-on conversation with a woman. You need to be able to have an exchange with somebody. You got to let things flow. You have to listen to what a woman is saying. You have to really, really kind of get in their head. Let them get into your head. Share things that are relevant, that make sense. Keep a conversation going. The art of communication, the art of conversation is not something for you to simply dismiss and think that it's all about a couple of lines here or there and figuring out whether you're compatible with each other. The way you find out whether you're compatible with each other, the way you find out what a woman's motivation is and you communicating what you're looking for and blah blah blah, take your pick, is through effective conversation. Learn this, commit to this, understand this. Any questions, hit me up. MarcusVanHorne, MVH Dating. I'm out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. We've got plenty more of these things coming. And like the video on the way out. I really appreciate that as I grow the channel, as I grow the subscribers. All right, that makes a big difference in the algorithm in the background. Learn to have a conversation. If you need assistance with that, hit me up. MVH Dating. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.